Hello. It's one of those days again where I've seen something online and it's just going to prove that Reform UK are going to do nothing. Let me see. Let me flick my scene over. There you go.
And a couple more callers. Let's start with Stuart in London. Stuart, what would you like to ask Sarah Pochin?
Yeah, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Peter.
Morning.
A bit left field, this one, but I think it's creepingly important. Would Reform do anything to look at the representation of the demographics of TV and public advertising? Because we're getting to the point now where adverts don't represent what this country looks like, and actually positive demonisation of white people, just portrayed as criminals or inadequate when they're not portrayed anywhere else. Now, the reason why this is important, we got a case of art imitates life, because we're getting to the point where a number of my friends think that we're being discriminated like in employment markets because white men are seen as useless and whatever and just invisible. And there's one financial institution which coincidentally uses a strikingly similar image of Nigel in their advertising for an incompetent, useless, arrogant white male. I just wondered if that's something Reform would look into.
Okay, Stuart, stay where you are. Sarah, what do you think of what Stuart's saying? What would Reform UK do about it, if anything?
I think Stuart's absolutely right. Drives me mad when I see adverts full of black people, full of Asian people, full of, people that basically are anything.
What's wrong with that, Sarah? What's wrong with that?
Well, it doesn't reflect our society, and I feel that your average white person, average white family is like I agree with you, Stuart, not represented anymore in TV.
There are lots of white people on television, Sarah, are there not? There are lots of white people. There are lots of white men. There are lots.
That's not what she said. She said advertisements, which is true. I actually mentioned this to a friend a couple of 3 weeks ago. Anyway, so what do you think Mr. Farage has to say about this? Have a look, shall we?
Right. Loads of questions. Some will be for me, but some, if it's on this, I'll obviously bring it in. Great stuff. OK, we have a lot of questions. I'll do my best to get through them as quickly as I can within reason. Harry Farley from the BBC.
Thank you, Mr. Farage. Harry Farley from the BBC. The Prime Minister has accused your MP, Sarah Pochin, of shocking racism and the sort of thing that will tear our country apart. Do you accept what Sarah Pochin said was racist, and are you considering any disciplinary action? And on what you've announced today, you were one of the ones leading the call for a national inquiry. Is this not rowing back on what you previously called for?
I'd love a national inquiry if it was laser-focused on the grooming gangs issue. But being that, to begin with, the government didn't want to do it, then was forced to U-turn and accepted it, now that 5 months have gone by, I actually think the public are running out of patience, and certainly the survivors are running out of patience, that anything will actually ever happen that is of any value at all.
Wasn't he doing a grooming gang inquiry and you turned on it?
I don't think Parliament should turn itself into a court on a regular basis, but I do think there are times when Parliament needs to use the power that it has to re-establish public trust. So no, I now believe this is the best, the fastest, the most effective and the most open route that we can possibly use on that. The words that Sarah Pochin used in response to a caller into Talk Radio on Saturday morning were without ugly and taken on their own, could be read to be very, very unpleasant indeed. I am unhappy with what she has done. I can't underestimate that, and she fully knows how I feel. However, it was in the broader context of DEI madness in the advertising industry, something which anybody with half a brain can recognise has been going on since about 2021.
He's going to be the next Prime Minister. You should have the balls to just say, yes, what she said were right. It needs to demolish DEI, same as Trump's done in the USA. It needs to leave the ETHR, same as, well, we need to do. How the hell's he going to do that when he can't even just... Is as lost for words as what I am. I may as well be Prime Minister. Vote me. Party name. None of the above. I think that's already been done on a television show. No, Advance UK. Just join. I'm not saying vote yet. Give us till 2029. Just join Advance UK. It's 20 quid. As long as we've got more people. If we've got 1 million members, at the moment we've got like nearly 40,000 members. If we get 1 million members in another 3 years or so, by 2029, we will wipe the floor in Parliament and get this idiot out, because he's going to do nothing. He really is going to do nothing. You can see right now that he's done nothing about Sarah Pochin, saying that there's a lot of, ethnic minorities, if you like, on the advertisements on the TV, which is true. Perfectly true. Anyway, goodbye. Be safe. Be careful. Love you long time. Bye.